Hi, welcome to Mini Shop's How to Sculpt videos with myself, Elizabeth, and a chicken. Today, we're going to be sculpting a little tiny teddy bear. Let's get to it. We'll begin with a work mat, something to just protect your tabletop. The clay for the base of your bear, the clay for the accent of your bear, clay for patches on your bear, clay for the nose, and clay for the eyes. You'll also need a potter's needle or toothpicks will suffice, as well as a silicone dowel tool, but a pen tip works as well. A knife, you can use a butter knife, but just don't use it for food after you've used it for clay. Okay, let's take about as much as you would like for the size of the head of the bear and warm it up. We warm it up so it doesn't crack in the oven. And then once it's warmed up, we can roll it into a ball between our fingers, our palms, or on our tabletop. Once it's the size you would like it, slightly press in between your fingers and then slope the edges ever so slightly so they're less square and more round. All right, once you have that, set it down. Take a piece about 2-3 times as big and warm it up. Roll it into a ball, and then once it's a ball, roll it into an oval like so. Then press it down a smidge, and if you get this means your clay folded over on itself, so you can just redo. And you can put it up next to the head, see if it's about the size you'd like. I like that, so I'm going to tap right here, the top where the head and the body meet. And then I'm going to take a toothpick, split it about in half. Sometimes it comes off like that. And then I'm going to stick it into the body, twisting it in, leaving enough for the toothpick to go about halfway into the head. All right, press it in, the toothpick, and make sure the body is slanted the way you would like it. Kind of wiggle them together, tap them a little bit to secure them, and you can even smooth them together on the back, like so. Smoothing any lines or indents you don't like. All right, set them there. Take about 1/8 as much as we took for the head, roll those into balls, and then roll that and split it into 2. Roll those into balls, and then set them about, so here's the halfway point. We're gonna do about a third of the way past the halfway point. Set them there, size them up, see if they're a good size. If you think they are, then just slightly press them down between your fingers. Set those on, one, and then the next one. And then you can either leave this look, or you can take your silicone dowel tool and smooth it in. I'll show you on the back. You can smooth them in like so. Smooth it in the back at least, because that helps secure the ears. Next, I'm going to take my silicone dowel tool and just slightly press in. Give it a little bit of that ear shape. You can also do this if you have the ball end of the silicone dowel tool. You can press it like that, it makes it easier. But if not, you can even do this with your finger or any object you can find that looks kind of like this. All right, take your potter's needle and kind of eyeball halfway in the face like this, and then put a little dot on either side. Just put a dot first to see if we like the placement, and then take your silicone dowel tool and indent there, or your pen tip. And then if you have the silicone dowel tool, just press the ball end. Okay, take your complementary color and warm it up and roll it into a ball. Once you have a ball, roll it into an oval, and then flatten it a little bit. Set it on the face, see if that's a good size. If it's a good size, take it back off and then go like this with your fingers and slightly pinch the sides. All right, once the sides are pinched, kind of tap the top and then smooth the edges. And set it back on the face like so. Then take your potter's needle, and we're going to just make a dot where the nose is going to go, right about here. Draw a line about in the center till almost the bottom, like this, and then ever so slightly press around. Basically, hold your potter's needle at this point where the line ends, and then move the face of your bear so that it makes a curve. Don't try and pull your potter's needle. It might go a little further, so just smooth the edge out with your finger, or if that doesn't work, take a silicone dowel tool or your potter's needle, and then do the same on the other side.
pressing it, and then rotating the face, and then pulling back, like so. If you want, you can add little freckles, just pressing little dots in. Take the color for your nose, tiny amount, about this much, and you're going to roll it into a ball. And then once you have that, take your fingers pinched, take your thumb, and then just press right there, so it becomes a little triangle. All right, once you have that tiny little nose, you can plop it on your teddy bear where we made that dot previously. We take a second, and you can use either your potter's needle or your silicone dowel tool to just tap the edges. If it's too high up, as you see mine kind of is, you can tap it down and then tap the edges to make it go into the shape you want. Right, set that down. Grab a little bit of black, about a quarter as much as we took for one of the ears. Warm it up, split it into two, and roll those into balls. Now just lightly set them in those indents that we've made to see if it's the size you would like. Mine looks a little large, so I will take those out. I'll just roll them out, and then I'll split a little bit off, cut them into two again, roll them into balls, and then set those in those indents like that and like that. If one eye is bigger than the other, again, just take a little bit of clay off until you get the right size. It may take a little bit of time. It always takes me a little bit of time. Now you can add little eyebrows if you want, just by slightly pressing. And then take your white clay and take your toothpick or potter's needle and just slightly flick a little bit of white off and set that on the eye, like so. If it looks like you need more, add more. If it looks like you've got too much, just take a little off. And if it gets smeared, you can use your toothpick or potter's needle to kind of put it back into place, or just take it off altogether and redo. All right, do the next eye, tap it into place once you're happy with it, and then take about as much of your complementary color as you took for both of the ears, warm it up, roll it into a ball, and then start to roll it into kind of a cylinder, and then flatten it. If it gets a jagged edge, just smooth that out. Flatten it until it's about this thick, or until it's the right size to put on your teddy bear's stomach. Size it up, and then press it in, like so. Okay, now for the arms. We're going to take about as much as we took for the body, and we'll just warm it up and then turn it into a circle, and then start to roll it out. You can size it up, make sure that's about the right thickness and about the size you want one, about the size for two, and about for 3 and 4. And then we'll take those pieces individually, roll them into balls, and then we'll start to roll them into a cylinder, but pinch the edge a little bit like this so it turns into a teardrop shape. And that will be the arm of the teddy bear. So set it on and then tap it to secure it. Do that with another one. Roll it out, start the cylinder, but then press the edge like this. And then tap that on. If it's too big, as always, take some clay off. If it's too small, add some clay. All right, and now the same thing for the legs. Roll it out into a ball, turn it into a teardrop shape, tap the end, and attach it right about here, or wherever you'd like. If you'd like your bear sitting, you go like that and make it a little bit thicker. If you want them kind of standing, or just kind of flopped like that. And one last time, rolling it out, pressing it into shape, and then setting it on the body, testing it, lifting up the arm if you need to put it into place, like so. You can also take your complementary color again and add little circles. So take about as much clay as is gonna go to the end of their leg or arm, roll it into a circle, and then flatten it between your fingers, press it onto the end, like that. And then do that for all of the ones you want there to be a little end complementary color on. All right, one more, two more, flattening and placing and placing. You can put little circles in the ears as well. Just take a small amount of clay, roll them into balls, and then flatten them, and then place them in there if you would like. And then you can redo the little indent. All right, if you want your bear to have a patch, take a little bit of clay, roll it into a ball, press it down, and then take your fingers and make a little corner to make a little square. Set it wherever your little bear has a patch. Tap it on there. Then you can take your potter's needle and press the sides up so that they're more even. And if you would like it to have stitching, press the potter's needle down ever so slightly all the way around. And add as many patches as you would like, or any little scuff marks, or if your bear is well loved. You could add a little bow too. Take 2 pieces of clay, roll them into balls, and then make that teardrop shape again. Push them together like this. Set them there like so. You can take your potter's needle or your silicone dowel tool and make a little indent. And then take another little piece of clay, very small, roll it into a ball and then kind of into a little oval. Plop that right there. And then take your silicone dowel tool or potter's needle, toothpick, and then go like that. There are a bunch of different options you can do to add on to your bear. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, or if you have any requests for my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had fun. Bye.